Okay, so that was the Outgrowth Rogue Drone Hive, and now we're salvaging and gonna pick up the loot. So yeah, well, it pays. Finally got it done though. Man, that was long. An hour and 40 minutes to do it. I mean, that's with interruptions. Because did have multiple times where I had to bail because of what was in system. So it's out. Well, that was a little more of a challenge than I was expecting. I did have one point where I needed to bail. I think that this particular site would be better served by having a micro jump instead of an afterburner or micro warp. It's not salvage drone ones, it's just cut off in the overview. You can see down below in the drones here, they're twos.
Oh, nice. Dragons love gold, treasure, and of course, dollar bills.
Thank you, buddy.
Showsinder just cheered 500 bits.
Thank you for that. 500 bits. And 5,000 gold to everybody here. Yeah, so I probably, I had already ruled out micro warps on any of these. It's micro jump or afterburner. So. And if I had to do an X-type, then that'd just add more bling to the ship. You know, you don't want to run your costs up too high on your ship either. Makes you more of a juicy target. People will try and get you even more. Don't want that. Gonna pull in the loot from the I want to pull in the loot from the mothership or whatever it was. Pull this thing in. I'm pretty sure that's the loot from the Hive kill. That salvage was just excellent. This is some very nice salvage. I guess that was from that salvage was pulled in on the MTU. So that must have been the loot off of it. I'm guessing. Difficulty with sight 10 of 10. Top end. So that's 316 million in loot. Just loot. On this end so far.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Lucky Wardog have just followed.
Look at the War Dog. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Pick up this MTU. A couple things left for them to salvage. So since the site is finished and I've bookmarked all the points, we're actually gonna down about, and then back in and pick everything up. Right, last two things have been salvaged. They're coming back. I'm gonna drop off my loot at the station. No sense in having good loot out here on this ship if there's any risk. It's not, I mean, it's just myself in here, so not like a lot of risk at the moment, but it's just smart practice, and I want to go grab a drink, and I don't want to leave my guy out in space while I do that. Hey, Vector Gammer. Someone named Vector won Hyptane draw today. Wasn't sure if it was you. It just said Vector. Maybe it wasn't you. Right, so far 317 million in loot. It was you? Oh, excellent. All right, very good. All right, everybody, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go grab a drink. Ready. So. Back down, get some more. That was the best part of the loot. You know, if I'm lucky, I'll end up at around 450 or so.
Dragons have balls of steel.
Quaggan just subscribed. Good morning.
Jackwagon.
Warp drive active.
And
You, sir,
42
rock.
months as a
CM
sub.
Crew just subscribed.
So 42 months as a sub for Jackwagon. Gonna be 1,260 gold to everybody here in your honor. And then Sin Crew, thank you for the sub as well. New sub, 1,000 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. All right. Let's put the salvagers out. And then these are not very far away. Actually, let's do it this way. It looks like there's only 3 things here to salvage. Fleet drone AI. All right. Probably what all 3 of these are. Oh. I don't like pulling stuff in and having my drones chase them and stuff. It's just kind of a waste of time. So try not to do that. I do want to salvage
Welcome
stuff in
to
here,
the
though.
Dragons.
Artiste Sue just followed.
Is it Artiste Shoe? Is that how it's pronounced? Anyway, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Maybe Artist Eshul. You set them to salvage. Well, see, I don't set them to salvage. So you tell them what to salvage. I'm not telling them what to salvage.
You, sir, rock.
I just go
Spec
automatic.
just subscribed for 13 months.
All right. PS Peb. Sweet. Thank you so much for the sub. There's 130 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, thank you.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Spec just followed.
Did you get unfollowed? Been a sub for 13 months, but just now follow? Not a little bass backwards? Maybe you got unfollowed somehow. This way they just go to the next closest one instead of always being pulled back to me and then having to go out again. I think this is probably more efficient. Do I ever do high sec ganking? No, not typically. I mean, I participated in stuff a couple of times when, like, you know, people were being goobs and messing with other people, and so then we took them out in high sec as a gank, but it was because they deserved it, not because they didn't have a mining permit.
You, sir, rock.
Five Gunner just subscribed for 2 months.
Five Gunner, thank you so much, buddy. There's another 20 gold to everybody here in your honor. Oh yes, mostly for profit, for people who are carrying too much. Yeah, I could see that. It's just not my style. You know, I have a hard time being an asshole. Yeah, I don't mind that other people do it. I mean, of course I mind when they gank me, but, you know, overall I don't mind. And then, you know, I usually consider it to be my fault if I get ganked. I don't, like, blame everybody else or nothing. One of those things where you just need to be a lesser target.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Cat just followed.
Yef Cat, thank you for following. Welcome. It's only about 1.3 million in loot off of that. It's not very much.
Warp drive active.
All right, same deal on this one. I'm just gonna let the salvagers go nuts. Alright, so that's all the loot out of this one. Well, there is one cargo container out there. Alright, we'll head toward it. Probably nothing, but Marauders get a bonus to tractor beam range, so 48k. Yeah, just some missiles.
Dragons have balls of steel.
Legacy 1186 just subscribed.
Lazy. Let's see here. 44 months as a sub. About 1,320 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, Legacy. Is that 1,320 or 1,420? Yeah, I got it right. Second guessing myself. Gunner's asking Welcome Dragon what he thinks of me. Oh, that guy is a total dragon tamer wannabe. What? I mean, come on, he thinks he is cool with his dragon slaying quests and all. Well, let me tell you, his sword skills are as sharp as a rubber chicken. Do I like him? Well, let's just say he's about as likable as a horde of angry pixels in my lair. Welcome, dragon, you're fired. Mm-hmm. All right, we got somebody in system. And he's gone. All right. Fire the dragon, and he's gonna go be an entrepreneur. Craziness. 42 million is tick. Was the encounter surveillance system. He's going to be the competition, right? Start his own stream. Yeah, well, you know, that's coming. We're going to be competing, us humans are going to be competing with AI. Well, guess who? The salvage isn't a huge amount on these, is it? The loot is more than anything. But we'll get a final tally here. Salvage all this up, loot everything up. It's already over 300 million, so which is nice. The drone's got to catch up with me. Come on. Don't make me leave you behind.
Warp drive active.
no loot on this one? Damn. I don't see anything here that has like a really... Yeah, there's none of them that have any loot here. This one. Right. So this doing the whole the site, man, it took a lot longer than I expected. You know, it took me an hour and 40 minutes. Now granted, like 20 minutes of that was because I had to go back to station a few times because of hostels, but room 377's already cleaned up.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Arvlet just followed.
Lit. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So, we're doing this. Did y'all get your drop yet? The Garmer skin? I'm claiming it. Go. It's actually not a bad looking skin. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Like it.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Pandemic 1350 just followed.
All right, Pandemic. Hello. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Out looting
Warp
up
drive active.
a Outgrowth Rogue Drone Hive. All right, there is only one piece of loot here. It's an elite low drone parasite wreck. Was it just gonna have the
Welcome to the Dragons.
Sonny Kessa just followed.
is that Sony or Sunny or Sony? I don't know. Welcome. I don't always presume that the bot says it right. Yeah, elite drone AI. All right.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Unbearable just followed.
That one looks about right. Unbearable. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. A widow can do these sites? Really? Thought a widow would be a little bit thinner than the tank you need on this. Gotta bling it up a bit. I mean, do you have to bling it over 4 billion? Well, that would be an interesting fit to see. The salvage on this so far, I'm going to say it's not really worth the time so far. We still have a couple more spots to salvage, and it could end up being worth the time, but so far, not really. I mean, unless you're doing it AFK, sometimes they'll bring over like a Tristan or whatnot with some salvage drones and just put it in there, and then you can just not pay attention to it and it'll do fine. And if it gets popped, so what? It's just a little Tristan with propulsion and 5 drones. No, nothing else on the fit.
I'm an equal opportunity ass
Howdy,
kicker.
howdy.
Sean Butts just subscribed.
100 months. Sean just subbed. Yes, Matthew, welcome to the live show. How about pool 8,000 gold to everybody here in honor of Sean. Sean also programmed up our bot. So, thank you for that too.
Welcome to the Dragons.
_not_good Crisis_TV just followed.
No good crisis. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Who is refunding some money? Oh, the gold? Oh, I don't know. No refunds needed for his work. There's no charge for bugs. Ah, yes. Those, my friend, are free. You have any question? Sure. Wow. It's going to be over an hour to salvage all this up. In a wormhole, huffing gas. Someone talking to locals said that they couldn't drop a bubble on the cloud. I don't know. Can you can bubble anything in wormhole space. Now, they might have been talking about a mobile bubble, which is an actual structure, which it needs to be a certain distance from other objects. And so maybe they couldn't drop it right on the cloud, but if they had an interdictor, they could light a bubble anywhere in wormhole space, I would believe. Even right next to something. So, pretty sure. Yeah, they were just mistaken, most likely.
Warp drive active.
Eat drone parasite and one piece of cargo. Some ammo. Oh, no, 53 million worth of stuff. Excellent! pulling a few things in from one side so that when they go out to grab the next one, they're in the same vicinity instead of going all the way to the other side, because that one is 1 kilometer closer to my ship. The good tax rate for NPC station manufacturing? I don't know. You gotta look at stuff in the region and do some comparisons. I'm kind of locked in where I'm at. And it was a great tax rate when I started. Now it's just a good tax rate. But if other people pile in at the same area that I'm at, then it becomes, you know, it dilutes, it costs more. So the bank, main bank and reserve bank thing. So the main bank, okay, so in null and low, there is the encounter surveillance system. A portion of your bounties go into that. It's an extra bounty. So what they did is when they put these in, they reduced the bounties across the board out here, and then they put in this so that part of your bounty comes from this. It can go anywhere from as low as 50% addition to 150% addition. This one happens to be 148% in the system that I'm in. And so my bounties in here probably paid out a lot better. The main bank has a countdown timer that starts at 2 hours and 45 minutes. And it, at the end of 2 hours and 45 minutes, whatever's in the main bank gets paid out to the people who earned it. It's a floor of 100% and a ceiling of 200. Oh, okay, so I'm just off a little bit. Thought I could go lower, but okay. And so anyway, when the timer reaches 0, those who earned the bounty get paid. But before that time, people can come in and they can steal it from the ESS. And if they do, then they take it and run off with it, and the people who earned it don't get it. The reserve bank also gets some put in it with every action. It builds a lot slower, but it can go to be a lot bigger. And like it's 207 million here right now. I mean, I've seen 10 billion in one before. And what you have to do is you have to have a special key.
Welcome to the Dragons.
And you go 69 just followed.
You go into the ESS, and with that key, you activate it for a fleet, and everybody on the fleet starts sucking it out, but it's a slow rate. But if you have a really big fleet, then you can cover the cost of a key. And the bigger it is, the bigger each tick is on how much you pull out. One of the strategies is some alliances just leave them alone, don't touch them. Other ones, they if it gets up to a certain amount, they put together a fleet and they go out and they rob their own bank. What is an ESS? Encounter Surveillance System. It's this right here. I'm not going to fly to it because it's going to put me in a bubble. There's a bubble there. Otherwise, I would show it to you. So, but some alliances will steal their own when it gets too high. And then everybody turns in their stuff that they get who's in the alliance who went on the fleet.
Warp drive active.
Mega made from Spaceballs? I have no idea. I have never watched Spaceballs. I know y'all be like, what? Did he just say he's never watched Spaceballs? That is correct. How could that be? It's a spaceship that transforms into a maid with a vacuum and steals the air from a planet. My loss. I'm just not that much into comedies. There are very few comedies that I like. I fall on the other end where I really dig biographies and shit like that. Yeah, just missiles. Jexy? I did watch an action comedy. I watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the series. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And there was comedy, but a different type. Wasn't dumb comedy. Like Dumb and Dumber. That's some dumb comedy. I will admit, I've seen Dumb and Dumber probably 200 or 300 times. It's not because I sat and watched it. It's because when I owned a computer store and one of the very first movies to come out digitally was Dumb and Dumber on CD. Came out on 2 or 3 CDs. And we used to play that in our showroom to show off the technology. There's a good comedy on YouTube where this guy gets a stretch limo stuck in San Francisco. Yeah, I wonder who that would be. I don't have a video with like 5 million views of me in San Francisco with the limo. 13th tier overseer, 51 million. Nice. All right. This is the last room. This thing to salvage up. Yeah, no problem on that explanation for the ESS. Somehow I know all that shit. Seems crazy. Community is crying out for a reboot of the Entrepreneur series. Yeah. I've thought about that. I even got asked several years ago by Amazon to do something that was more professional, that would be more like a television series on it. But the amount of work on it, when I figured it all out, it wouldn't be worth the time, because they required a lot of things that I couldn't do, or I could, but that would be extremely hard. So could just do another YouTube one, redo the same questions plus add others. But you know, all right, so let's drop off all this loot in here so that oh, is it still? All right. So in loot and salvage, oh wait, we got this. Total of 436 million. Not bad. It would have been 438 million but there is one overseer effect that's worth about 2.1 million that I missed picking up. And I missed picking it up because I had to kill a station to get it to spawn, and a structure, and I didn't do that. So now the thing about it here though is that a lot of this stuff, like this stuff here, came from these lighter ones here. They came from the main Hive, and so it was part of the loot. I didn't just salvage that part. And then yeah, so there it is. 435 million. I think that next time, you know, unless I had an AFK salvager, which I didn't this time. If I had an AFK salvager, I'd salvage everything up. If I didn't, next time I'll just loot and look for any special name stuff to salvage. Other than that, I wouldn't worry about it too much. So there we go. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, gotta wait for the next episode.